Minecraft hackers, love or hate them, they're always gonna be around, and as a matter of fact, people have been hacking in Minecraft since the year it was released, more than a decade ago. But how did this all start? How did we go from literal rock hacking clients to the extremely sophisticated ones we see today? Well, in this video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the evolution of Minecraft hacks. Let's just get straight into it. May 17th, 2009, Minecraft is officially released to the public. Now, when you take a look at what the game looked like back then, you would probably think there is no possible way that hacks could be made for this game. Well, someone decided to do it anyways. When the game was in its multiplayer testing phase in June 2009, one of the first known hacks that was released and used was a client called World of Minecraft. Basically, all this client would allow you to do was fly around faster and sporadically in creative mode. That's it. Keep in mind that survival multiplayer wasn't even a thing yet, so this was literally created so you could do this in a creative server. But I mean, I wouldn't expect a hack for an unknown game in 2009 to be that good. But what about when survival was released? Well, survival mode was released in October 2009, and now there was somewhat of a reason for client developers to make hacks besides to be fast in creative mode. One of the most common early day survival hacks was inventory edit, where you basically open up your hack clients and you can give yourself whatever item you want. Bruh, you actually mine for your diamonds and make there a reason to play the game? You got the whole squad laughing right now. I just use inventory edit to give them to myself. Now, inventory edit wasn't really a problem at first, since all they could do was cheat in their own worlds. But in August of 2010, survival multiplayer is released, and that's where the fun starts happening. MC Cheat, one of the most sophisticated clients of its time, was released and started to become a problem among survival servers right off the bat. Not only did it have inventory edit so you could get whatever item you wanted, but you also had a hack module with features like fly mode and invincibility. I mean, just look at this guy taking 0 damage from gas fireballs like an absolute champ. Considering most servers didn't have good anti-cheat in 2010, there was nothing stopping a hacker from giving himself full diamond armor as he goes on to mercilessly kill you. And on top of that, there was other clients like Cheat Engine, which hacked your health, making it so you always had full hearts even if you were to try to burn yourself alive. Yeah, all of these hacks are pretty pathetic. You know, at the time these were made, Minecraft wasn't a competitive game at all, meaning people hacking were solely doing it to cause others pain. It's almost as bad as hackers in games like Fall Guys. It really just doesn't make sense. Luckily, during 2011, when MC cheats and other hacks were becoming a bigger problem, Mojang moved server management to actual server side rather than client side, which prevented God mode hacks like MC cheat pretty well. But of course, solving hacking in a game would never be that simple, and in 2012, when Minecraft really started to boom in popularity, the infamous hack client known as Notice was developed. Now, if you were a 2010 or a 2011 player, you may have thought MC cheat was bad, but Notice just may have made you want to quit the game entirely. This hack client was released mid-2012, and it's the first hack that is somewhat similar to what we have today. It had the in-game drop-down menu and features like Fly, Nuker, Tracers, X-Ray, Spider, and a lot more. It was also free, so anyone could use it, which made it spread so much faster. Unlike the majority of hack clients today though, most people use this for griefing, cause back in 2012, a lot of people got a kick out of griefing. You can even tell because in the chat that you and other Notice users share, everyone is blatantly asking each other for servers to grief. The main reason why this client was so useful for griefing was because of the never before seen Nuker feature, which basically allowed you to destroy multiple blocks at a time, completely destroying innocent players' builds. Even on creative servers, hackers would just run around clicking a build once and reduce it to atoms. As you can see, Notice was starting to become a major problem, and the only way to prevent people from using it on your server was to manually watch and ban them, but who wants to do that? So anti-cheat plugins would be created, No Cheat Plus being the most significant. No Cheat Plus works a lot like the anti-cheat plugins we see today. If you try to fly using Notice, you simply would not be able to, unless you were built different. If you tried to spider up a wall using Notice, you would not be able to, thanks to No Cheat Plus. Immediately when this anti-cheat was made, every single server scrambled to get it installed, as it was one of the only ways to keep up with the upcoming growth of hackers. And for a small amount of time, hacking wasn't too big of a problem. Plugins like No Cheat Plus had basically dealt with the biggest threats like movement hacks and Nuker, but this wouldn't last forever. Client developers needed to figure out a new feature for their hack clients to dominate servers, and that's when PvP hacks like Killora and No Knockback were born. Now, if you don't know what Killora is, it's where you lose control of your arms, and Killora will attack your opponent for you, even if you are looking in the complete opposite direction. PvP hacks were basically non-existent before No Cheat Plus. As you can see, one of the only PvP features in Notice during 2012 was aimbots. But once one clients like Notice got their hands on something like Killora, it spread to all of the other existing clients like Fire. These PvP hacks were probably worse than the movement hacks like Fly because they're so much harder for admins to detect, since no anti-cheat at the time could automatically prevent them, and once again it was down to the admins to watch fights to see if there was any hackers about. Killora is just one example of how creative hack client developers were getting during Minecraft's rise, especially in 2013, and soon new clients like Weepingcraft would create features like immunity to soul sand slowness and only slight speed hacks, which were pretty much undetectable if the hacker was cautious enough. Then, in 2014, a new hack client called Worst would emerge that would change everything. Worst was like a better Notice. Its interface was cleaner, it was free, had more unique features, it wasn't sketchy like other hack clients, so you didn't have to risk getting a virus. Yeah, 11-year-old me learned that one the hard way. And the best part about it was that it was able to bypass most anti-Jesus and anti-fly plugins, which had never been done before. These bypasses made this client extremely appealing, and Worst quickly rose to the most used client during this time. If you were on a PvP server and came across a hacker, most likely they would be using Worst because it was also perfect for PvP. The only clients that were contesting Worst in quality was paid clients. Now let's talk a bit about these paid clients. Some of these paid clients were $5 and sometimes people would pay a small price of $500. Basically, they had everything free clients like Worst had, so it was usually a waste of your money. But occasionally, developers of these paid clients created a new feature that made it worth your money. An example of this was in 2015 when block hitting was created. Block hitting was a deadly hack. It automatically block and hits using your sword, and you would deal damage to your opponent while only taking 50% of the damage given to you. It was extremely effective in PvP, and if you had a paid client with block hits and was going against a free client hacker who didn't have block hits, you would win by a long shot. Some of these paid clients were the first to have features like teleportation as well. These money clients tried to keep their features like block hitting secret, but soon free clients like Worst would pick up on them, making it so widespread and such a problem that servers would eventually patch hacks like these. This process would often repeat itself. Paid clients makes game-breaking hack, but it's mostly unknown, free client picks it up, and that hack gets patched. But one hack that still hadn't been patched yet was Killora, until it was in 2016. Killora was finally made detectable and automatically bannable with the right plugins. Yes, finally, you didn't have to deal with Killora hackers in Mineplex Bacon Brawl anymore. Wait. They can just turn down their Killora slightly so that it's not detected? No. This can't be. Yeah, during this time, hackers and developers were always finding ways to hustle the system, whether it was by making a new feature, a new bypass, or turning down their hacks slightly. They just kept on coming. As a matter of fact, Worst was getting drowned out in the amount of new free clients being developed that were just as good, like Impact. But wait, isn't 2016 when the combat update or 1.9 came out, so maybe that helped solve some hacks like Killora and block hitting? Well, not really. Most servers stayed on 1.8 combat, and for the ones that did switch, clients quickly adapted and made Killora have timed hits as well as giving you solid reach. Now, as we get into 2017 and 2018, it marks the end of an era. Yeah, new hack clients will always be coming up, and there will always be a back and forth war between anti-cheats and hacks. But as we get into mid-2018 2018, something new is developed and perfected. A hack that'll start a new era. Baritone. Basically, Baritone is a pathfinding bot. You can give the bot a task and it'll do whatever that task is for you from your own character. For example, if you're too lazy to build a house, just get the items needed for it and Baritone will build it for you. If you need to walk 1,000,000 blocks on 2B2T overnight but you want to sleep, the bots will walk there for you. Baritone was originally created by Impact, the client I mentioned earlier that was overtaking Worst, but just like always, other hack clients have picked it up since then. Usually Baritone is used on anarchy servers where it's allowed for massive builds and such, but it is in fact banned on most servers like Hypixel. This is because if you were to let it grind out, for example, wood in Skyblock for you as shown by this individual who is not me, it's considered an unfair advantage to other players who actually want to play the game legit. Honestly though, Baritone just has to be one of the craziest hacks ever created. I mean, just look at this video of it doing parkour. It's literally a robot. How is it this good? Maybe the developers of Baritone are trying to warn us of robots in the future, just making humans completely useless or something. I don't know. Overall though, I'm just curious what type of hacks are going to be made in the future, because with Baritone and how sophisticated it is, I think anything is possible. Even Minecraft girlfriend hack. Well, that's that. We went from pointless inventory hacks to actual artificial intelligence. Also, one last thing I want to mention is please don't hack. It ruins the experience for others and it is just very sad. Lastly, none of the multiplayer hacking clips in this video were of me playing. But if you enjoyed the video and are feeling up to it, you might as well subscribe. My socials and Discord are in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.